Russia and China disagree with Western nations about backing Syria's opposition, they do agree more needs to be done to stop the violence. But as James Bays reports, critics of the United Nations say that's meaningless without concrete action.
At this podium all week, we've heard from leaders from all over the world. On Syria, there have been words of condemnation and frustration.
The regime that tortures children.
The regime that kills its people day and night.
We must stop the violence.
Violence must end immediately. A terrible stain on this United Nations.
A view shared by one of the latest speakers, the Turkish foreign minister, who recalled massacres of the past.
What has the international community done to stop this carnage? Literally nothing. We are yet to see a single effective action to save innocent lives. It is such a disgrace to witness that today, after 20 years, the ghosts of Srebrenica and Halep still continue to haunt us, this time in the cities of Syria.
In the streets around the United Nations, meetings on Syria have been taking place. This was France's foreign minister and his entourage. There has, though, been little progress. The Syrian National Council, a body that's been criticised for failing to unite the opposition, arrived for a meeting of the Friends of Syria group.
We can't accept it that every day we have more than 100 people who kills in Syria. We must stop killing in Syria.
A core group of nations falling under the banner Friends of Syria huddled at a New York hotel. The language does sound familiar. No progress really on how to end the Syrian crisis, but these countries are determined to provide humanitarian assistance and political action to boost activists opposed to President Assad. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton announcing $45 million in additional U.S. funding toward that goal. However, Secretary Clinton blasted the Iranians for propping up Assad.
Let's be very frank here. The regime's most important lifeline is Iran. Last week, a senior Iranian official publicly acknowledged that members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps are operating inside Syria. There is no longer any doubt that Tehran will do whatever it takes to protect its proxy and crony in Damascus.
Washington blames Iran for propping up the government of President Assad, but Russia has a different view of what is exacerbating the crisis. The Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said countries that insisted on a ceasefire only by the Syrian government, while encouraging the opposition to intensify hostilities, were pushing Syria deeper into the abyss. As the diplomatic stalemate continues, fears for the consequences on the ground in Syria grow.
I think the whole international community have to address this now. We need a binding resolution. We cannot waste more time because people are dying.